Hello everybody, my name's Andy and I'm learning Polish at the moment as one of my languages, and this is a book I have and it's aimed at class 4 students in Poland. I'm already working through other books and doing other things, and I was trying to save this book for a bit later because it's probably a little bit advanced for me. However, being sort of inquisitive and a bit greedy for languages, and also it's like when you've got something new, you want to look at it and have a flick through. So I've had a good look at this book. Well, not really a good look. I've skimmed over the book, and I came across this poem which is called "Do Kuchni Ernstiego," which is in Ernie's kitchen, and I thought I'll just try to read it to myself out loud, to just as an exercise to practice my Polish pronunciation and reading skills. So I did that, and I realised that I know some of the words and some of the, in fact, some of the lines I know that I can understand the whole line. But generally, I'd say I probably only understand 10 to 20% of this. So I thought I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn this poem, and I'm going to learn how to memorize it, to say it. So that's a challenge for me. Meanwhile, while I tried to find out what some of these words mean, I decided, after I couldn't find any more, racked my brains trying to think what they were, I started using Google Translate to translate the ones I didn't know. And then I resorted to friends because Google Translate doesn't always work. In fact, quite often it doesn't work in Polish. And in Polish, it's important to put the diacritics in Google Translate. So now I've got my Polish keyboard. I can type my funny L's and funny A's and funny Z's and everything without thinking about it. That's come more naturally to me. That's really good. I'm pleased about that. If you forget to put those diacritics in, it can change the meaning of the word, or Google Translate cannot recognize it and maybe give you a completely different answer. So it's quite interesting that. So I'm going to learn this poem. I've typed it up into a document, and then I've finally translated it. So I think I know the whole thing, but obviously I need to learn these words and phrases. And I think learning a poem or learning a text or something is good for language learning, because it helps you to speak more quickly in the language. So I'm going to be memorizing this, and it's going to be going over and over in my mind. And the more it goes over, the faster it'll go. So it's going to help me with my spoken Polish in the end. So I think when people say it's memorizing, cramming, good, I don't think cramming vocabulary is necessarily good for the long-term memory. It's good for short-term memory. But I think something like this, that's a comprehensible input, is good, because this will stay with me for years after I've learnt it. And the reason I'm saying that is because I learnt a poem in French years ago, and I've still never forgotten that poem. I only know it, I've only memorised it up to, say, about 20 or 30 lines. I've forgotten the very end of it, but I know if I went back to it, I could probably memorise the end of it, if I really wanted to do that. So that's me for another little mini challenge. And so I'm going to say by about the 20th of July, I'll be making a video speaking this poem without reading it. I'll just memorise it, hopefully. See you soon. Take care.